Podcast. This is Brandon Littles here with the Dream is a Journey podcast, BenYah's forum. Today we're going to speak about pain and the different aspects and angles of pain. What pain causes, what we should do with pain, and sometimes in reality what we actually do. We can actually use pain as a tool to better our art and to use to be more creative. You think about this. You think about a big time artist who went to a big time breakup or something very painful in their life. They use that to create special music because it's straight from the heart. And even though pain hurts, we should use pain as a tool to be more creative with what we're trying to do. Use that pain to inspire you to create something special because it comes straight from the heart in that aspect. And when things come straight from the heart, it's authentic. It's your idea. It's true to your identity, and it's the best representation of your brand that you can get. In saying that, when you feel pain, it's not just that easy. When you go through that painful, maybe it's a breakup or just any situation with family, it could be a lot of different things. Maybe you got fired from a job that you thought you were going to be there for the rest of your career. In that type of situation, I'm so glad that that thought just came to my mind. Because in that thought process, sometimes that could be a situation where the Most High could be pushing you to push your entrepreneurship. I've heard things about certain entrepreneurs that said they would have never got to the position, they're successful entrepreneurs, but they would have never gotten to the level that they got to if they weren't fired from their big corporate job that they had. So a lot of times pain can create something special. You can't see it right then and there. And that's so cliche. You say, man, that's so cliche. What do we actually do in the moment? I'm not going to give you something that's going to baby you or pamper you or make you feel better when you feel pain. Because obviously when we feel pain, it hurts. It's very hurtful. But what we can say is this: you must find a way. You must continue to find a way to know your why. When you know what you're fighting for and you continue to pursue it, that gives you your why day in and day out. And it's not about, we always think, oh, better days are coming. Sometimes you might just need to fight through the day, right? We're all going to have those days. We're going to have those moments. Life is not easy. It's tough. It builds character. Life builds wisdom. In order to get character, wisdom, peace, you got to go through war. Sometimes that's just what it is. So when you're going through that war, you got to figure out, okay, I need to get through today, make it till tomorrow. Meaning, I got to continue to fight. I got to continue to work at what I'm doing. I got to continue to try my best day in and day out. It's good to see other people in the realm and, the aspect of things that you're trying to do, see people who've already been successful in the field that you're trying to be successful in. That's very good. But don't compare yourself and your journey to anybody else's. So don't get off track and saying, I can't do it just because you see somebody else has been already so successful. And maybe they did it in a shorter time frame, but you don't know the truth aspect of it. You don't know what they went through. You don't know any of that. So what I'm saying to you is just continue to put one foot in front of the other. Let's not let pain be a detriment to us any longer. Let's not let pain be the reason why we quit any longer. Let's not let anything be the reason why we quit or give up. Instead, let's start using that pain to be creative. You know, it's crazy because I'm a content creator as well. And I feel that some of my best captions and some of my best content were created in the middle of the night, well, where I felt kind of depressed about my situation, where I felt sad about where my life was at. And I could hear the Most High getting on me and telling me, let's work, let's be creative. So I feel as if some of my best workouts, some of my best work is created when I feel that pain. So I'm not perfect, but I now try to use that pain when I feel that. I think, man, because you get motivated. Believe it or not, if you allow it to motivate you in that, man, it's so special. You can have your best workouts, and that's when you get better, the best, the most. Not when you feel great. Today, you wake up today, you're smiling, you're having a great day. Yes, okay, you're working, you feel good, and you're getting better. Yes. But when you can work at your lowest moments, that's when you get the best, because then it transitions into a situation in life to where you're in a hard position. Now you know how to fight through something. I'll use this for example. I'm a basketball player, so a lot of my analogies would be used through sports and things of that nature. So bear with me on that. But say for instance, right, they talk about when you're in a workout and you're super tired, you've been training, but you got to fight through this last part of the workout, man. And you just like, man, I ain't got it. I just don't got it. When you allow yourself to push through that and somehow find it, to have it, to get through the workout, then when you're at a long season and you're in the fourth quarter of a playoff game, now you have the ability to translate that suffering into that situation to where now you know how to fight through it. So that's what I'm saying. So when you're in life, use your pain in a positive manner to create your art, whatever your art is, whatever you want to do in life, whatever you're fighting for. I use this as one last example. Frida Kahlo, I believe that's her name. I'm currently in school at Los Angeles Film School online, and we were studying about Frida Kahlo. And if I pronounced her name wrong, I ask for forgiveness. But she was a Mexican artist, obviously not really recognized until years after she passed. I believe she wasn't recognized until like the 70s, and she might have passed in like the 30s or 40s, somewhere around there maybe. Obviously it's unfortunate, a lot of artists, you know, that's another situation. You know, we're looking for, and I'm gonna get back to what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna forget that thought, but a lot of times we're looking for credit right now. And they always say you don't get your flowers until you're dead. Trust me, you're not going to stop looking for your flowers. Stop looking for people to praise you. Stop looking for people to honor you and all this stuff. People are never going to give you the credit that you believe you deserve while you're still living. And probably not even when you're dead. So look forward to doing things for your dreams and for your family, and obviously for the Most High, because your gift back to the Most High is using the gifts that he gave to you and using them in a positive manner. But back to Frida. She created some of the best paintings in her time of pain. She had some type of sickness or disease that I believe wound up causing her to basically be paralyzed, to where she had a lot of problems in her legs. And I believe she died in her 40s or 50s because of like a lot of complications and things of this nature. She was married to a man who actions didn't really truly show that he loved her. I believe if I read her story and listened to her story correctly, he, had other women as well too, but they were married, and, she considered more so like a partnership. But she created a lot of great paintings. She suffered most of her life, guys. She suffered from these diseases and from these things, that she had a lot of pain all the time. I believe she was even painting in a hospital bed. If I read the story correctly, she's laying in or at home or something, and might have been her mom, somebody in her family created something to where she could paint like this, laying in the bed, laying up like this. And she created great paintings. She used her pain to create those paintings. Go look her up. Go look her up. So start using your pain to create and be creative. And I promise you, in the end, you will not regret it. Remember this: the dream is the journey. Stay with it. Stay dedicated. Fall in love with the journey. Everything else will come. Glory, hallelujah. Keep working hard, baby.